In this video, we're going to look at the Social Attache scheduler feature. Now, a scheduler allows someone to book themselves into your events. So they can go to a page, pick a time and date that works for them, and book themselves a time slot. So this is a lot like what your secretary or assistant might do if you had one. So Social Attache in this case is acting as that person who's booking for you. Now, there's three parts to scheduling. The first part is the events that you want to schedule. These are your one-on-ones, your home parties, whatever they might be. The second thing is your scheduler itself. So you might have one scheduler that books all your one-on-one events, and then another scheduler that books your home parties. Now, the reason you would have separate schedulers for those things is that when you send somebody a link to the scheduler, you know what kind of events you want to book them into. So say that you've met somebody and you've chatted a bit about the business, they're interested, you want them to book into a one-on-one so you can tell them more about it. So you send them to the scheduler for one-on-ones. Now say you have some friends and you want to invite them to a home party you're having this weekend, you'll send them to the home party scheduler. And that way, the people that you want to invite to the home parties aren't going to be looking at your one-on-one schedule. So this is why you'd have different schedulers. And the way we link the two, for example, that your home parties go to the home party scheduler and your one-on-ones go to your one-on-one scheduler, is through tags. So we'll use a tag to link those two things together. So let's start by looking at our events. We'll go to the events page. And in this example, I'm going to use two kinds of events. So as we talked about, I have my one-on-ones. So on Thursday evenings, I have one-on-ones available at 7 p.m., at 7:45 p.m., and at 8:30 p.m. So each one lasts half an hour, and there's a 15-minute break between each. So these are repeating events. So every week on Thursdays, that's my schedule. Let's open up one of these. Now I want to edit the series. I don't want to edit just this instance. So let's look at the whole series by clicking this button here. So here's the repeating series. So it happens weekly at 7 p.m. on Thursdays. And there's some details there. There's my Skype for people to call me at the time that they booked into. Now the important bits here are the tags. So there's the usual one-on-one tag. This event is a one-on-one call, so I've got the one-on-one tag. But I've also added the auto-schedule tag. Now you can create whatever tag you want for this purpose, but my upline has provided the auto-schedule tag, so I'm just using that. So the auto-schedule tag is going to be used to link this type of event to a particular scheduler. And then at the bottom here, we have this maximum attendees, which we haven't used yet. This is to tell the auto scheduler how many people it can book into this event. Now, since this is a one-on-one call, we only want one person booked into this event. So as soon as the scheduler sees that there's one person booked into this event and there's one maximum, it'll stop booking people into this event. And this event will no longer show up to other people who are trying to book time slots. So that's how it manages your schedule to make sure that you're getting all your time slots booked up to their maximum. So let's cancel out of here. And now let's look at this other event I have here, a home party. Let's open this one up. And again, we have the two tags set up here. First of all, this is a home party. It's an event type of home party, so I have that tag. And again, I've set up the auto schedule tag here so that the auto scheduler will know that this is an event that needs to auto schedule. And the maximum attendees here I've set to 12. In this particular home, this is my home, so I can hold up to 12 people comfortably. So that's the maximum attendees I've set. Let's look at another example. Now here's another home party. Let's open this one up. All right, so this is a home party. It's not being held at my place. It's at somebody else's house. It's also a home party, so it's got the event type home party. I'm going to add the auto schedule event here, or auto schedule tag here. So it'll be in the auto scheduler. Now this home holds 6 people comfortably. It's a little smaller than my own. So I'm going to put maximum attendees of 6, and then I'm going to update here. We have our one-on-one calls and our home parties. So we can have as many events as we want in our events page here and have any number of those auto-scheduled. We can also choose to have some not auto-scheduled. Like say I'm having a home party this weekend and I only want a few friends and family to go there. I don't want everybody to be able to attend that event. So I'm just going to privately invite people, and I'm not going to set that one up as an auto-scheduled event. All right, let's go look at the scheduler now. So we'll go up to the menu and go up to automation. Now the automation section has a few automations. Now this section is going to be populated with a lot more as we progress in our training. Let's go look at the schedulers for now. So first I'm going to create a scheduler for my one-on-ones. So I click the edit button here to put this page in edit mode, and I'm going to drag a scheduler into this public section here. And I'll just give this one a name. Now I usually use the same name as the tag name. So these events are one-on-ones. The tag is called one-on-one. So I'm going to call this booking the scheduler one-on-one. It kind of keeps things from getting too complicated. And we're going to add that here. And now we're going to edit it. So the scheduler that we're editing here is actually a web page that people will see when they want to book themselves into one of our events. So the information we're filling out here is what they will see. Now the title is what they will see in the title bar of the browser. So we could just put a generic name here. And we can add an image if we like. I'm going to skip that. And now the introduction. We want to give people an incentive why they should book this time slot with you. All right, now the next section here, the introduction with no events. Now this is what they will see instead of this introduction here if you have no events available. Say your calendar is completely booked up, or you forgot to tag some events, so there are no events available. This is the message they will see. So in this case, they aren't able to book an event because there's none available, but you still want them to take some action. So in this case, what I want them to do is provide their information. They're going to be offered edit boxes to provide their name, their email, and their telephone number. I want them to provide that information anyways, but I want to let them know that I'm going to get back to them about booking a time because I don't have any available right now. And we want to have some level of scarcity in here so that they really do fill out the form. So they have a sense that we're really busy, but we will get back to them. Now the next two fields are the labels for the buttons at the bottom of the page. Now usually this is just something like book it or send now. So let's fill these out. So we'll use book it for if there is an event chosen, and in the case that there are no events available, and then the final one here is the thank you page. Now this is shown after they've booked the event, or in the case of no events available, after they've sent you their information. So we want to put a thank you message here and maybe a little information about what they can expect to happen next. Now here I'm putting a little bit of a scarcity component here as well, because I really want them to take action. I want them to click on that RSVP in the email that they get to hold that time slot. But also it's just another additional commitment that they're making, and that will make it a lot more likely for them to actually attend the event. We want to have as many commitments from them as possible to make sure that they attend this event. Now I'm going to put a little, I look forward to chatting you at the end here, just to make it a little bit more personal and just take the edge off a bit. Now the description here is used for search engine optimization. This is SEO and sharing, and also for sharing. If someone were to click on the share link at the bottom of the web page and share this scheduler on Facebook or something like that, this is the description that would be shown in Facebook. So we're going to leave that blank for now. You can also add a description if you like. And now we have the tags. So these are the tags that the event must have in order for it to appear in the list of options for this scheduler. So we're going to put here the one-on-one, and the auto schedule tags. So the event must have both of these tags in order for it to be listed in the options for the person booking through this scheduler. Now the lead time is the number of hours or minutes that you need in order to prepare. So for example, if you have a one-on-one at 7 p.m., how late can somebody book that time slot? Like, can they book it 5 to 7? In most cases, that would be way too short notice. So the lead time is the amount of time you need before the event is being held. So in most cases, that'd be like an hour or something like that. If you have to drive to that location, then you might want to have more time. If it's a virtual call, like in this case, it's going to be a Skype call, I don't really need a lot of time, like 30 minutes. I'm going to be home anyways during that time because it's my work time. So 30 minutes notice is fine. So I'm going to put 30 minutes here. So it's hours and minutes format. Now, when somebody fills out this form, do you want that information added to your contact list or updated if it's already in your contact list and they type in a different, say they type in their name differently because you misspelled it or something like that? Do you want that contact updated? And I'll say yes, I want the contact updated. Now, do you want a tag added to that contact record? So for example, anyone who fills out this form, I could have a tag added so later I can find everybody who filled out this form. In this case, I don't really care. I'm not going to add a tag at this time. And an email template here, so you can choose an email to send after they filled out the form and clicked the button. So they'll get that email, and you can put whatever you want in that email. In this case, I don't need that feature, so I'm just going to leave it blank. And we're going to save this. So now we have our one-on-one scheduler created. Now we have to refresh the page here to get this link to go live. So we'll just leave the page and come back. I've already done that here, so it's already live. I can just click on this link here. And this brings up the scheduler. So the scheduler has the description, the introduction I put in at the top. It has the 3 fields that they can fill in with their information. It lets them know how to attend this event. Now, if this was a home party, they would get the address here. This is a Skype call, so they get Skype as the venue. And then these are the available time slots, so they can choose any of these available time slots from my calendar. And if none of these work, they can choose the option at the bottom saying these don't work for me. So they would fill out this information, click which option they want to book, click book it. That would put them into that event as an attendee, so I know who's attending that event. It sends them an RSVP email, so they get to RSVP, and then they also get the details. They get that added to their calendar, and that's all we need. So now let's look at how we might send this scheduler to somebody. I'll just close this window here. So the scheduler here, you have a share link. So you can click the share button here, and that copies to the clipboard a URL that you can send to somebody. You can send it through text, through email, however you like. The other way to do it is by using Social Attache's messaging feature. So let's have a quick look at that. So I've got Al, my test account here, and I'm going to invite him to use my scheduler. Say he's mentioned to me that he's interested in talking to me a bit more about the business, and so we discussed that he could book a time slot with me, and I'm just going to send him a link. I could do that through SMS here or through email. So I'm going to use email, and here I'm just going to type a quick message. Now I'd probably put more information here if this was a real message, but just for demonstration purposes. So I've got the little message here typed in, and what we're going to drop into the message here is a scheduler. So there's the insert scheduler button here. You click that, and it comes up with a list of all the schedulers that we have configured. Right now we just have the one. So we're going to click that, and this adds one of these placeholders in here. And let's refresh here and look at the preview. So what they would see in their email is this clickable link with the name of the scheduler, one-on-one. So they would click on this link, it would take them to the web page, and they would fill out their their information. Now this is the same for any kind of communication done through Social Attache. You can do this using email, SMS, or Messenger. So we can send these links any way we like that way. So that's it for the scheduler training. So we saw how you would create an event, then you would create a scheduler, link them together using tags, and then send a link to the scheduler to your prospect. Doing that either with the share button on the scheduler or going to one of the messaging features and sending it in a message.